HMO versus single buy-to-let. Where should you invest? Find out in this video. More and more landlords are turning to houses in multiple occupation or HMOs in order to maximize their profits. But HMOs also get a bad rap. So question remains, should you invest in an HMO or stick to a single buy-to-let? Let's look at some of the numbers first. Before we begin, please click the subscribe button. Let's get started. Let's look at some of the interesting numbers based on the latest data from the Office of National Statistics for England and Wales. There are currently 182,000 HMOs in England and Wales. 75% of these are small HMOs with 3 or 4 unrelated occupants, and 25% are large HMOs. Currently, HMO market is worth 78 billion pounds, generating 6.3 billion in rent. Average value of an HMO in England and Wales is 273,000 pounds, generating an average annual rent of just under 30,000 pounds. This means an average yield of around 11%. For London, average value of an HMO is 660,000 pounds with an average annual rent of just over 40,000 pounds, making an average rental yield of around 7%. Now some figures for single buy-to-let properties. Average value is around 270,000 pounds with an average annual rent of 18,000 pounds. Average yield is 7.4%. Yields rise to 9.2% in north of England, while Greater London and South East, the average is around 6%. Average asking monthly rent is 1,526 pounds. So, should you invest in an HMO? Let's discuss some of the pros and cons. Here are some of the pros of investing in an HMO property. HMOs can generate significantly higher yields compared to traditional buy-to-lets, especially when developed to a high standard and when located close to major employment sites or with easy public transport links. HMO tenants have separate tenancy agreements, which can reduce overall void periods, making it highly unlikely that an HMO property will remain empty. On the other hand, a single buy-to-let property involves one tenancy agreement for the whole property, so when the tenant moves out, the property is vacant until the new tenant is found. This is one of the key factors affecting the stronger yields for HMOs. In the current climate, rental yields are very important to landlords as they can offset other costs such as mortgage payments. Also, with the rising tenant demand, HMOs can offer an ideal opportunity to boost rental supply and capitalize on the strong appetite. Let's talk about some of the cons of investing in an HMO. There are more regulatory compliance associated with an HMO property. Your property must satisfy specific health and safety requirements as well as minimum room sizes. Depending on the size and location of the property, you may also need to obtain a license to operate, and more councils are entering in the HMO licensing scheme. HMOs can have a higher tenancy turnover rate than a standard buy-to-let, as people tend to sign up for an individual basis, which may be more short-term than, for example, a family or a group of friends renting a house. This can mean property management fees since you will need to use an agent. When it comes to borrowing cost, standard buy-to-let mortgages can be cheaper and easier to obtain compared to an HMO mortgage. However, a growing number of lenders are offering products for this property type due to the growing demand. Be sure to seek advice from an experienced mortgage broker who specializes in HMO mortgages, who can search the whole of market to find you the best deal available. I hope you found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up, give this channel a subscribe, and press the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos and get notified. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.